back to cooking in the truck. I don't know, down in Oklahoma and it's hot outside and I really don't want to go stand out and cook in the heat with the grill. The parking lot stinks because I'm at a pilot. Everybody thinks they need to piss on the side of their trucks. So, I don't know, I'm just going to cook inside the truck here even though it's hot, and I'm going to make it hotter by cooking in here. But got some green beans. Picked up some fresh ones the other day. I just got those in some butter. I'm just going to let those kind of simmer in the electric skillet and cook off a little bit. So, I'm tired today. I've been laying around doing not a lot of anything, doing a 34 reset. It's Labor Day, so nobody's open. I can't make my delivery today, so I have to do it tomorrow. So anyway, I'm here just being lazy. So anyway, I got a couple of New York strips here that I picked up. I don't know, I got $10 in 2 steaks. So they are choice cuts. I'd rather have stuff from home, but it is what it is. Go back to my go-to on steaks. I just like to season with salt and pepper. Use some of my Redmond's real salt here. Throw some salt. A big thick piece of meat like that, you can add a little bit extra salt on there. They're gonna do just fine. Black pepper. Same thing. Grind a bunch of good black pepper on there. Hit both sides. I don't know what the audio sounds like. It's loud in here. I got fans going because it's hot, and I got the upper windows open to let out any smoke or whatever that I'm cooking, let it out. So, you know, I might add a little bit of this. I got some of this roasted urban garlic. I might add some of that on these steaks here too. I say these steaks, I'm going to season both of them, but I'm only going to cook one right now, so that might be good on there. I don't know, give it something a little bit. I'm not going to get the smokiness of the grill, but that's all right. And while I'm thinking about it, I add a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic to these green beans too. I need to get a jar of that minced garlic to keep in the truck, but I'm running out of refrigerator room. So for now, I'm just using the powdered or the granule or whatever you want to call it. But, works fine for me. I've never done this with green beans before, so we're going to kind of see how it works here. Kind of heat down a little bit. I'm scorching. I don't know how you can go wrong with green beans and butter, so that's what I'm doing in there. I've also got some onion sliced up that I'm going to put on the steak, or with the steak. I don't know, I like to have some sauteed butter and onions on my steak. Comes out nice. Put the lid back on those green beans, turn the heat down a little bit. I got them set right now at 250. They were at 300, and I think that's a little bit too hot for them, so we'll let those cook for a little bit, and then we'll come back. I guess while we're waiting for that to cook, I'll throw in a little ad here. That Set Power cooler that I got, I pulled it out of the bus, but it's working great. I don't know how we would like to make the camera work here. I've got it on a tripod, but I've got this thing set for, I've got it set right at 0, so I'm using it as a deep freeze in the truck here. So I've got it loaded full of meat. I've got steaks, I've got chicken wings, I've got some sausage and bacon and things like that that I was able to stock up on at the grocery store and hold in there. So basically what I'm doing is I'm pulling out like whatever I'm gonna probably cook for my meal tomorrow. I'll pull it out today like this, I've got 2 steaks in here that I'm gonna cook for one tonight, and I'll eat one tomorrow. But I just pull one thing out at a time that I want to eat, and leave the rest in the freezer, and it saves my refrigerator space. I can put a little extra produce and things like that. There is a compartment in the back side of this cooler. It's got a deep well, and then there's a shallow plastic well on this side, and I'm finding that doesn't freeze in that little compartment on the end. So I've been putting my bottled water in there, and I don't know, sometimes I want a cold water, especially like if I'm out like Oklahoma today, it's hot. So I throw the water in there to cool it off and have something cold to drink if I want. So, but anyway, we'll get back to you in the steak in a minute. Okay, I pulled the green beans out, set them on a plate. I'm gonna get my onions going here. Just gonna kind of mix them up a little bit. Get them into that butter that I had the green beans cooking in. Add a little bit of more butter to it. Gosh, it's so warm in here that the butter's melting on me already. Turn the heat up a little bit for the onions and the steak, but get those going and get the onions nice and soft here, and get ready. We'll throw the steak in just a minute. All right, I got this thing turned up as hot as it'll go now. I'm gonna take one of my steaks. That camera light is awful. My truck's kind of sitting at an angle, so I'm gonna put the steak down in the butter side of the pan here. Like I said, I've got it as hot as it'll go, 400 degrees. So check our time. I'm gonna do 4 minutes per side, and we'll plate her up. Pull that dude. I've cooked that down in the butter side of that pan the whole time, so. Ooh, it's getting smoky in here. Pull that off. I pulled the onions off of there as soon as I pulled the steak out, or when I flipped the steak, but shut that off. I always pull the cord out, let that cool off, but I'm going to take that butter that's in the pan that's left over there. It's going to go over the top of my steak and my green beans. My green beans might have cooled off a little bit, so that'll help them warm back up. I did eat a couple of those while I was waiting. That's a good way to cook green beans. Just cook them in butter right on the electric skillet. Same way I do asparagus or anything like that, I suppose, too. But I've got some Brussels sprouts in the fridge too that I'm going to cook for later sometime, but I'm going to do those the same way. I think I'm just going to put them in butter in the electric skillet and just let those go. That, or I'm going to wrap them in foil and put them on the grill if it's not so hot outside. So depending on where I'm at. If I'm at a rest area, I'd rather go up to a picnic table or something like that and cook than, I don't know, this truck stops. Some of them are just nasty out there on the ground, so anywhere I can find someplace that doesn't stink like pee is a good thing, right? But anyway, there you go. Casey strip, some fresh green beans, all cooked in butter with some buttered onions on top. I don't know, I walked into the truck stop a little bit ago. They've got a Wendy's in there, and I mean, I could have got some plain burger patties or something in there, but I'm glad I did this. I mean, it took me 15 minutes from start to finish here, so I mean, can't beat that. You guys can cook in the truck, it's easy. If you like these videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you down the road. If you see me out on the road, stop me, hang out. Like I said, usually I have enough for 2 people. If I need to, I'll throw an extra steak on and we can both eat, so, or all of us, whatever. Have some of your own food we'll throw on the grill. But anyway, drive safe, we'll see you later.